I'm Serge Conessa. This is a big thing to handle every day. So let's put it this way. We basically did my entire career in electronics, telecommunication, and now because electronics become energy, then energy, because electronics is one of the major issues when we are looking about the cloud and the energy consumption in the cloud. We have children, we want to take care of them. The main problem is how can we fix the situation we have created? They can be on the street, they can call for help, but they cannot solve it. It's a problem of all people to fix it. So basically we have to repair what we have done because we didn't know any better when we started first time to cool off electronic with air. So I'm a father of 2 kids, a daughter and a son, and I did a lot of mistakes in my life, and I hope they can make as many mistakes as I did. So basically having a youth in a way they can enjoy their life and the biodiversity and everything I knew that I hope they will continue to know. There is an exponential growth in terms of energy consumption, and there is an exponential growth of a need of electronics. There is an exponential growth in terms of telecommunications, in terms of connected object called IoT, and everyone needs more speed, need more data, faster, better, quicker. And the cloud is basically exploding right now, because in fact, what is not electronic? Everything. And energy is requested for it. So what we see is a need and an explosion in terms of need of energy that we cannot sustain. And with this energy, it's automatically connected with pollution, CO2, greenhouse emission, but more than anything, particles that we are not, I will say, immune in order to resist to, especially the smallest one, 2.5, 2.0 and the others. And this is what the real danger is. So we need to solve that. I would like to contribute to look at a bunch of old guys that we are, all of us. I would love all of us to come together in order to solve those problems. Because this is not, I would say, the one-man show. It's not about a group of persons. It's about a problem that we can all address, and we will need all those competencies. That's why there is not a single company who can fix the problem. They can show the path, they can lead the path, but they need an entire ecosystem, which I have designed an ecosystem, but this is not enough. We got awarded by the ITU, by the ICT and the Global Excellence Award, and I was caught off guard because I wasn't expecting that we could be, I would say, such a high distinction. And my message was we need to come together. And there is an award in South Africa for that, called Shlangenani, coming together. So that's basically what we need to do. What I would love to solve? Well, we can solve the way the cloud is powered today by just powering what we need to be powered and cooled what we need to be cooled, which is electronics. And like I make, I would say, as you know, the analogy between the cup of champagne that you want to cool off. You want to cool off, if you have to cool off the champagne, what do? Are you going to cool off the entire room, or are you just going to cool off the champagne itself? Well, if it's an entire room, it's a data center. If you cool off the champagne, it's immersion 4. So we need to rethink the energy consumptions based on an eco-conservation and environmental conservation, I would say, the method, meaning eco-conservation, let's use the energy for what we need to, but not for something that we don't need. And environmental conservation in respect to the biodiversity, because we are just an element of the biodiversity. We are not the biodiversity. If we combine the two together, and I'm sure we can completely rethink everything we do today, make still the same profit, still the same progress, and in fact, we don't have any option, we have to do it. So that's why we advertise only eco-conservation, environmental conservation, and ecosystem, okay, on the way to proceed of immersion 4, based on the technology. But this is one component among many others which need to be put together. So in fact, we find a lot of partnership every day in order to help and to fix that. Well, data is energy. Let's reduce the data, the energy consumption of data, in order just to power the IT and not to do cooling, which is useless for everyone. That's the immersion 4 mission. What I would like to give as a legacy? Well, if we can just build a world where eco-conservation is leading all of us, knowing that the planet is growing up at 1 billion every 13.7 years, and this is not going to stop. City is going to become massive. This energy can basically be reused, and data will also become an energy sources, like renewable energy. Complementing many others will be enough energy for all of us. And then I can say goodbye. We are very stubborn. We have our past behind us. So basically what we are doing right now is we enjoy what we do. We have spent years of researching, and we really want to make those things happening. That's the reason why I'm here. I'm not, as you know, I'm not a public person. I found myself looking at the camera. I said, "Oh my God, he's looking to me. There is his eyes looking at me," which is clearly not my, let's say, my field of expertise. But somebody needs to speak, and I do believe that there is a common sense on this entire history where we are right now, where we understand that it's about what we're going to leave behind. It's not about legacy. Personally, it's not about my legacy. But if we can leave some things behind that our kids can enjoy, to create, I would say, a better world or a better platform leading to a better world for them, well, it is not, I would say, what a father and a mother should do when they create a family, living and creating, also, the future for their children. So I'm not doing anything special, just following the way I've been brought up. First of all, right now, I will say there is a complete, I will say, bulimic appetite for electronics. And as you know, electronics is having one of the major issues is what we call the e-waste. E-waste, I have been studying, I will say, a lot on how can we reduce e-waste. In fact, to realize at some point that is the way we are cooling off electronics, was creating this e-waste. If we cool off electronics through liquid, then most of the component, most of the material we are using, which are not recyclable, okay, we don't need them. We don't need to extract them from the earth. We don't need to transform them. So there is so much effort which can be gone. And we can reduce the e-waste, electronic e-waste, by at least 60%. Then, when we look about all the industry in the world, the way your car is cooling off, the way anything which is hot is being cooled off, is through liquid. Why are we using air? Why don't we change that paradigm, which can solve everything? We can save at least 70% of coolings and all the material used for cooling by reducing all of them, because we explain, it's easier to cool off the champagne than to cool off the entire room where the champagne is. It's not the same effort. Based on those principles, there is I would say, thousands and more than thousands, millions of smart people in this world. Combined together with all the initiative, will lead, I would say, to really a better world. So the way I see it, I see tremendous change in terms of cooling off electronics, a way to use data, about also the data privacy and the data collections, because also generation need to be aware about what data means. There is no safety there. And in the same time, how to really, I would say, reconsider the need of energy, and what do we need at the end? Do we need to be connected every day? Is our life about a screen? It's about living a life by procuration, or it's maybe having a real life. So it's also part of every single family in order to do that and to rethink what relationship is all about. And maybe we'll be less, I would say, data demanding or data starving that we are today. So I see a lot of change. If I can, I leave something which can be used and reused by everybody. And I have designed Immersion 4 for that. In fact, Immersion 4 has not been designed to be a one-man show, to be, I would say, this is my company and we're going to make billions with it. Of course, we're going to make money, but it really has been designed to share the value. It's based on circular economy. It's based on distributing the production and being able to do reassembly, to be able to enhance, local community to work with it. And if we can arrive to a situation where circular economy, become, I would say, the leading model, well, then this is a win. Immersion 4 is based on that. It's an ecosystem based on circular economy. If we reach that, that means that tomorrow data will belong to everyone. And the technology also leading to data is also going to belong to everyone and going to feed a lot of people in this world. If I will be able to do that, then I can live peacefully and I can say, well, I did my duty. Now, at the end, my dream is, but it's completely It's a crazy dream. There is a World Bank for business. There is no World Bank for energy. Energy is like air and water. It needs to be mutualized. It needs to belong to everyone. I wish, and I hope, maybe a lot of people are going to listen to that, or some few, but if they share the dream that energy have to belong like air and water to everyone, then I will give my shares to create a World Bank of energy, because that's not something that should belong to somebody. It should belong to everyone. So if I can do that, well, I said that will be something, but it should never be my name. It should never be about me.